Ам... Бам-бам. Так, что мне надо? О. Да уж.
No, my sword.
А. Боже, все дохнут. За 1,2 секунды. Ладно, надо позакрывать. Контент. Ой.
Laid bare into the wind, as one with wind and cloud.
Witness the power of Gugwa. Rain outlines your fate. I'm going in. Overruled. Yeah. Everybody stand back. Rain cutter. Body and mind. Huh?
One with nature.
Нихуя по 100 тысяч. 3, 2, 5, 2, 6, 3, 4. Вы правда ЛГБТ представитель?
Какое прелестное создание. Давай растянем удовольствие.
Ну, у меня нету удостоверения, поэтому... Бля. Ну, почти. Ну, почти. Спасибо за фоллоу. Я просто с работы и поэтому чуть-чуть заторможен. Ну, разрешаю похвастаться, ладно, рассказывай. С какой крутки тебе выпал отец? А как давно вы осознали себе часть комьюнити и кем именно вы являетесь? А чё, они чё такие вопросы нескромные, блин? Я задаю вопросы. Сел. Sit down. Фигюсь, блин. Еще и жопу может показать тут надо сразу. Какие вопросы? Сижу. Быстро рассказал или А. С какой крутки выпало тебе Арлекина? Сейчас такой, я не выбивал. Я не знаю, не играю в Геншин. А как ты эту трансляцию нашла? Так. А что я делаю? Я тут был. Ой, пельмени, пельмени. Ой. Жрать подано, иди накладывай. Ищу людей по тегу. Не, я ищу зрителей. Не, я не ищу прям. Блин, как сказать? Я ищу зрителей, понимаешь? Хотя бы нескольких, чтобы не просто так стримить. Ну, хотя я, в принципе-то играю, правильно? О, дали достижения. Я, в принципе-то и так играю, поэтому то, что я стримлю свою игру, в принципе-то я ничего не трачу, правда? Блять, что? Что?
Fallen leaves, adorn my night.
Witness the power of Gurwa. Rain outlines your fate.
Охуеть! Бля.
Didn't see that coming. This is where you fall. Late
Разошли. Я не зря ее качал. Блять, по 50 тысяч. Изи.
I'm going in. Rain cutter. Transfixed.
Transfixed. Мне надо на полянку зайти. О, зашел.
Witness my rise. Overruled. Let's light it up. Teamwork is
Clouds high, the birds call. The wind knows me.
know my sword. Let me weave you a verse.
А, это на время, ай.
Transfixed.
Имба.
Everybody stand back. Rain outlines your fate. Know my sword. Rain. Everlasting as the moon.
Laid bare. As one with wind and cloud. One with nature.
Teamwork is dreamwork.
По 50 тысяч. А твоя столько не бьет.
Might witness the power of Gugwa.
И Геншином единым жив человек. Я думаю, ты разные стримишь, так что я останусь. Тем более ты пока самый интересный ЛГБТ-стример. Не прячешь лицо, и достаточно харизматичен. Ну и поболтать о всяком, о жизни, о работе, о мечтах и марке пельменей. Блин, ну понимаешь, как тебе сказать? Тег ЛГБТ и то, что у меня в описании, это как бы не знаешь, что у меня каминг-аут, блин. ЛГБТ-стример, нифига.
To act.
Типа я не против, ради бога, но, блин. Я бы так себя не назвал ЛГБТ-стример. У меня нету флага сзади. Не, вроде нет. ЛГБТ-стример, ну ладно. Ладно. Не прячешь лица. Ну да. Понимаешь, ЛГБТ-тег это типа, как бы сказать, что типа мне все равно, кто будет со мной общаться, скажем так. Будь ты ЛГБТ представитель, или ты нормист там гетера. Ну, типа, мне абсолютно все равно. Если человек интересный, мне вообще все равно. Я вообще считаю, что ориентация, ну, типа, ни на что не влияет. Ну, типа, мне это все равно, ебись там с кем хочешь, ко мне разница, по сути. Я же с тобой общаюсь не, как сказать, не из-за того, что ты там гей. Потому что там человек, допустим, хороший. Но у меня такая позиция. А так мне вообще все равно, кто тут будет общаться. Поэтому и текст стоит. Потому что, знаешь, всякие там ЛГБТ ж типа притесняют до сих пор. Поэтому, ну... Бам! Куда ты крутишься? Ну, давай, крутись. Пизда. 60к физой сюда. Это да, но мне нравятся люди, которые открыто себя позиционируют или выражают поддержку. Это классно и само по себе делает человека интереснее. Ну, не знаю, типа я что-то не кричу на каждом углу, типа ЛГБТ представители сюда. Типа я бы не сказал, что я прям, как сказать, поддерживаю. То есть я, знаешь, я ж не агитирую нигде. Я просто, ну как это сказать, не против, типа мне все равно. Я не гомофоб, я там не буду кричать о том, что это там противозаконно или ужасно. Мне все равно. Если человек хороший, вообще без Б. Это ж не мое дело, правильно? Правильно. Ой, а что я делаю? Так, тут нет, тут, наверное, все собрал. Сколько там осталось? 78% у меня. Собираю ЛГБТ-коммунити. Ну так, это, знаешь, это типа как байт. Чтобы люди заходили и такие, а, ты пидорас? А я такой, да. Ну и была бы какая-нибудь перепалка в чате. Ну, понимаешь, хоть что-то надо. А то, если я буду писать, типа, играя с животными день первый. А животные это типа игроки там в Overwatch. Ну это ж никому не интересно. Потому что я пишу то, к чему бы я зашел. Соответственно, ищу таких же людей. То есть, если бы кто-то так написал, я бы зашел 100%. Ну и если человек заинтересовал, то остался бы. А так, ну... Вот я, наоборот, скипаю всегда. Когда с вебкой стримят, и когда... Ну, сейчас уже не смотрю стримеров. Раньше смотрел постоянно, потому что нужно было общение. А вот все, кто с вебкой стримил, ой, я сразу скип. Потому что, ну, блин, у меня такая дебильная привычка, мне нравится, короче, внешний вид. Я сам, конечно, не топ, но я себе нравлюсь. И поэтому, если мне, типа, стример не нравится внешне, бля, его ужасно. Если хоть тебе не буду смотреть. Да, это очень как-то не звучит плохо. Но, блин, это правда. Извините, стримеры, вы потеряли зрителя. Ой, все, у меня спина болит. Так. Мне надо подсосаться с этого. Почти, ладно. По новой. Ну, по новой. Сюда. А еще. Ладно. Где кольца? Блядь, я сломал игру. Да. Я тут. Круто. Итак, во что ты играешь помимо Геншина? Какие жанры? Ну, мне нравится Геншин. Геншин Импакт. Genshin Impact. Overwatch. Я прям играю. Ой, 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 ой. Ой, 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 ой. У меня скачан третий Ведьмак, но я его не могу все пройти, потому что, ну, не знаю. Синглплеер это, наверное, не мое. Я уже 4-й раз его устанавливаю и все, не могу начать играть. Потому что я его всего посмотрел на Ютубе, когда он тогда только выходил в 2015 году. Ну, ДБД я играю, там Лигу Легенд периодически. В Доту очень редко. И то мне нравится, потому что там кричат люди. Ну и то сейчас что-то уже все не кричат, поэтому я и не захожу. Вот, как бы... ХСР я играю. Буду играть в Wuthering Waves. Это убийца Геншина. Ну ладно, я бы так не сказал, ну просто. Мне нравится. Ау. Выйдет он 23 мая. Я как раз с отпуска. С отпуска выйду как раз и скачаю. Хотя у меня уже памяти нет, блин, ни на телефоне, ни на компе. А, ну я играю во что понравится. В основном это мультиплеер. Через онлайн. Что? Фантом птицы на место? Вот это? Куда на место? Ну, по играм почти не сошлось. Но ты любишь аниме. Какое смотришь? Боже, блин. Первый человек, который доебался до тегов, честно. Тем похер, а тут, блин, теги. Ну, блин. Что я смотрю? Ну, сейчас ничего. Сейчас ничего не смотрю. Сейчас я смотрю Totally Spice пересматриваю. И... Новых Людей X. Продолжение мультика, который 97. Неуязвимого пытаюсь. Ну, я уже первый сезон посмотрел, второй сезон что-то откладываю. Но у меня есть одна вкладка с открытым аниме, которая называется «Ведьма и зверь». Ашаф и Гида прибывают в город, который страдает от частых нападений страшных чудовищ. Но благодаря местной ведьме атака монстров каждый раз удается отразить. Из-за этого ведьма уважаема и почитаема среди горожан. И тем не менее, загадочная парочка новоприбывших намеревается убить ведьму, ведь, как они полагают, только так Гида сможет освободиться от наложенного на нее проклятия. Вот я, по-моему, глянул где-то 3 или 4 серии и забил. Но не потому, что мне не интересно, а потому что оно выходило, типа, долго. Ну, раз в неделю. А сейчас оно вышло все, и я не смотрю. Блин, я ненормальный. Ну, не знаю, почему, честно. А, вот это, наверное, надо вернуть. А как? А что это такое? Надо типа в рог ударить или что? Бам. Да, вроде ничего. А, вот сюда мне надо. Все, я молчу. И чё? А, все понял. Раз, два, три. Ой, что-то тяжко. Ладно. А что, я ничего не сделал? О, а что не так с неуязвимым? Ну это нормально, я тоже люблю порционно смотреть аниме. Да все с ним нормально, просто мне, знаешь, нравится сразу, не знаю как сказать, нравится сразу, а потом из-за того, что они второй сезон, во-первых, выпускали, блядь, чуть ли не 3 года, уже хайп поутих, а потом эти наглежники, пиндосы, после Нового года еще и, блин, вторую часть только выпустили сезона. Они там в ноябре, по-моему, начали выпускать второй сезон, а потом продолжили только, я не помню, в январе или феврале. Это вообще что? Ну и плюс мне как-то первый сезон почему-то больше зашел. Я второй еще не досмотрел. Можем посмотреть, кстати. Ну если ты посмотрела, уже все. Так. Ой, блин, ой. Надо за фантомом птицы следовать. Все, я вижу. Так, птицы, да-да-да. Есть хотите? Га-га-га. Опа. Само что выполняется. А сундук мне? Не дадут? Просто с неуязвимым такая ситуация, вот что его продлили как бы и на третий, там, по-моему, на четвертый сезон, и на пятый даже вроде. Но уже таких просмотров точно не будет, потому что он в свое время вышел в 2020 году, когда это вот начали выходить пацаны. Комиксы DC стали, они прям такие жесткие. Потому что я помню, смотрел эту «Юную справедливость», первые 2 сезона, его даже по ТВ крутили. Ну там по Cartoon Network и так далее. И там, ну типа без крови, без жестокости. А с 3-го сезона началось. Ну если ты шаришь. Там просто кровь, блин, матюки, голые сиськи. Ну такое там прям было. Ага. Чё тут? Ага. Ну вот из-за того, что его, короче, растягивали чуть ли не знаю на полгода. О, о. Ну плюс там сюжет какой-то по-дебильному стал. Сначала они показали альтернативные миры. Я такой думал, о, будет прикольно. Типа неуязвимый злой, вот смешно. А в итоге они просто эту затравку сделали, обманули. И, блин, показывали обычную вселенную. Ну, не знаю, может быть, они показали в итоге плохую вселенную, я, может, до нее еще не дошел. Но я смотрел 6-ю, по-моему, серию, и что-то не понравилась 5-я, 6-я, типа там какой-то жесткач, они прям убивали главных героев, ну, почти. Направо и налево, я такой думаю, нихера себе, так можно? А в итоге, что-то как-то типа, мне нравится, потому что они там не церемонятся. Они вот сюжет, он идет, идет. Но, блин, вот эти сопли Марка с этой, с его подругой Эмбер, это просто жесть. Меня эти сопли аж бесили. Никогда такого не было, чтобы меня бесили там чьи-то отношения, но это пиздец. Особенно, когда в первом сезоне он не мог ей сказать, что он супергерой, и он постоянно там убегал, и она такая, блядь, ты что ты убегаешь? А что ты это, тыры-пыры? А он такой, блин, ну вот, ну обманывает, короче, рассказывает такую чушь, она такая, понятно. И все равно не верит. Ну, типа, блин, блядь, ну, как сказать, возьмись за Еву, она же тоже супергерой. Типа, будет проще. В комиксах же так и было. Но нет, блин, нам нужно показать драму. И второй сезон, чуть ли не полсезона показывают их вот эти сопли, что, блин, вот ты улетел там на 4 месяца в космос, а я тут одна была без тебя, мне было сложно, тыры-пыры. И он потом такой тоже ходит, блин, наверное, ей без меня будет лучше. Ну, вот это вот сопливое, и я такой, о, избавь меня от этого. Просто размажите кому-нибудь голову, и все, чтобы мне получить эту дозу эндорфинов. Что там пишешь? Я смотрел, ты девочка все-таки, Япон. Но я не против. Но мне и Геншин нравится. Я больше не по общению, люблю общальных стримеров. Из игровых я люблю стримы по стратегиям. Не смотрела. Не, мне понравилось оба сезона на самом деле. Ой, ну круто, конечно, что тебе все понравилось. Мы можем, конечно, ну я не знаю, захочешь, не захочешь. Второй сезон глянуть, потому что я его полностью не посмотрел еще. По-моему, он уже весь вышел. А что с птицами, я не помню. Фантом птицы на место. Просто к нему подойти надо. Ой, там что-то появилось. Ушли отсюда. Сюда. Нормально летает, блин, на месте. Ай! Я долечу. Надо было ближе подойти. Бля, все, я сейчас буду психовать. Берем лучника. Ха-ха. Я не вижу. Все?
An insurmountable problem, I presume.
О! Ай, даже не роскошный сундук.
What greater
Такое.
pleasure is there than the unexpected?
Да просто делай то, что любишь. Ха-ха-ха. Думаю, стриминг тем и прекрасен, что ты можешь делать то, что любишь, и иногда с этого даже что-то получать. И говорить комфортно, когда делаешь то, что тебе интересно. Ну, наверное. Ну, получать я пока ничего не получаю. Потому что как бы даже зрителей нету. Потому что я стримлю такие игры, которые... Ну, уже типа есть нишевые стримеры для этих игр, которые их и так там смотрят. Плюс я только себе этот ноут приобрел недавно. Ну, в октябре. Хотя стримлю я и со старого пытался стримить. Что-то у меня было. Потом я забросил, потому что, блин, у меня комп слабый был. Не тянул даже Overwatch. Хотя игра 16-го года. Блин, извините, я проскипаю, потому что мне интересно, да, но я все равно забуду все. Я потом просто краткую выжимку на YouTube гляну, в чем был смысл. Потом мне так лень это читать, честно. Я все время читаю, и потом я даже не могу вспомнить, что там было. Я уже и сюжет не помню, блин, потому что последний квест был в каком-то там, ну, по сюжету именно. Хуй знает когда. Когда Фонтейн вышел? В том году? Ой, нет, опять. Еще новое издание. Или нет? Или да? Выпустите. Супер. Так, ладненько, я пока пойду, пока. Думаю, я еще загляну. Хорошо, давай. Спасибо, что посидела. Ой, это было удерживать. Ну, кто знал? Как мило. Блин, вот это красота, пипец. И музыка, и, блин, визуальный стиль. Ой, ну просто пипец. Красивее нельзя сделать. Вау. Чё, прям туда? Вау. Ой, это что, босс типа? Ну, конечно, его давно уже победил. Бам! Прям звуков не хватает. Надо гео, да. У меня нету гео.
Everybody stand! Rain cutter!
Побил. Опять?
Adventure time!
Clouds high. The birds call. Tja, tja.
I'm going in!
Боится это арфа? Ладно. Фобос — это из чародеек злодей. Да дайте я его уже добью и все.
No, my sword. Huh? Huh. Witness the power of.
Witness my rise.
Ничего не испытываю, потому что я скипал диалоги. Вот. Опа. Сыграть мелодию? Блин, ну так все мыльно, а так должно? У меня ж не высокий, да? Мне стоят средние. Если поставлю высокий, наверное, обалдею. Если на средних и так красиво. Сто 20 сундуков я открыл. Ау, вау. Ау, вау. Вау. Блин, неужели они наконец-таки постарались над вот этим вот оформлением? Вау, охуеть. О. Ой, как грустно. Господи, что-то грустно. Ой, что-то грустно. О, у меня котик разблокировался. У меня разве не было больше заданий? Ладно. Пам-пам-пам-пам. Ладно, хочу пройти сюжетку с этой. Ой, сюжетку. Арлекино, Арлекино. Есть одна награда, смех. Арлекино, Арлекино. Что-то там, чего нету тех. Ладно, пройдем сюжетку с Арлекином. Сюжетку. Неинтересно. Приоритизация. Боже.
Since we visited Poisson, maybe we should head over and have a look around.
Past one. Награда репутации Фонтейн. Чё? Там что-то есть? Ага. Ну ясно. Past one.
Hey, traveler, Paimon,
Oh, Paimon knows that voice.
over here. To borrow one of the more popular turns of phrase at the moment, this appears to be quite the...
You can say that again. What brings you to Poisson? Wait, Paimon's got it. You must.
Actually, we've run into a bit of trouble on the...
Oh, Arlenette.
Yep, along with most of the other members of the House of the Hearth. You may have...
So you're saying nearly the entire organization has moved to Poisson? Sounds like you've run into way more.
Since the two of you are so curious, perhaps I can fill in the gaps.
О,
You scared Paimon half to death.
Father, you're here.
You know, on second thought, maybe we don't need.
No need to be nervous. I could sense your genuine concern from your conversation just now. Of course, I can also understand your confusion. Sending so many Fatui here to Poisson, it's only natural that some might suspect an ulterior motive to be involved. I understand. I'm well aware you've had your fair share of confrontations with the Fatui in the past, and I can't exactly guarantee that we'll remain on good terms. As for right now, however, I would say we have little reason to be at odds, wouldn't you agree? The House of the Hearth. As for the issue at hand, well, it hardly relates to any ulterior motive. To be frank, it all...
What sort?
A rumor that a certain phantom child is hiding away in the house.
A phantom child.
A spirit that should have long ceased to exist is lurking in the shadows of the House of the Heart. So I decided to bring the children to Poisson before continuing to investigate the situation. I expect if you're curious, or if you still have some concerns, it might be advisable to stick around for a few days. Lenny, I'll leave you to entertain our guests. I have some matters to attend to.
Of course, Father.
of course, father. Father.
It has long been a dream of... You're quite well known in the organization already. A lot of people have been... If you're willing, why don't you stay a while?
All right. We don't have anything else to do right now anyway. But let's be clear, we're...
Of course. During our stay in Poisson, we've been helping out the locals with some fishing. We bring in quite the bounty. Let's go. I'll take... We rented this house from one of the locals to use as a temporary base. I'll come back later and...
Awesome, thanks!
Well, when I happened to run into you two earlier, with this many people staying in Poisson, we have to bring in outside supplies every now and then. I should probably make sure the rest of these...
Okay, we'll come. There are all sorts of rumors about your organization, but now that we finally have the chance to see a day in the life of the house, we can take a good look at how you...
Well, you're more than welcome to come up.
Linny, you're finally here. The supplies. I must.
Brought them with me? Hello?
It's the Traveler in Paimon.
No way! Come here, everyone! Hurry! The Traveler and Paimon are here!
One at a time, please. Don't crowd around them all at once. We don't want to scare...
Oh, it's all right! Gotta say, of course! Father and Linny have told...
Father told us about how you helped Linny. According to her, you're a trustworthy friend. And as far as she's concerned, that's pretty much the...
I heard the Traveler is so strong that she can move a I heard Paimon eats so much that she can clean out the entire... Wait a second! That's the rumor you heard about Paimon? Oh, not cool! Oh, wait! When guests visit, you're supposed to... Oh, we don't need something like that. Come on! We insist! I can give you some of my new potions. Just pick your... Huh? Or maybe Shaplo can teach you guys about stealth! He's super good...
Ah, now that's not a bad idea. I know you usually prefer to fight head-on, but it never hurts to expand your bag of tricks, right? I was poisoned not too long ago, and I'm still dealing with the after effects. So I'm not quite as good at...
Wait. When you said gifts, Paimon didn't... But those are the best things we can give you. Ooh, how about this? Tell me the name of someone you really annoy...
All right, Fold, Selwar. I think that's enough suggestions for now. You don't need a physical gift to make our guests happy. In fact, pestering them with suggestion after suggestion might make them more...
Really? Awesome! It's been so long since we've had guests to play. Yeah, especially if it's poison or something.
Well, we'll talk to you all...
All right, see you later.
Bye! Linny, about all that poison!
Scared you, did it? That kind of talk comes with... When Foltz was really young, he strangled all of his family pets. Just out of curiosity. He was labeled... Elwar has an unnatural obsession with potions. Father has forbidden her from trying all the different concoctions. Chaplot is around my age. While I'm mainly responsible for collecting intelligence, he handles surveillance. I know you two probably aren't used to that kind of talk, but I can promise you they only had the best of intentions.
Так про саму Арлекина-то что, узнать можно?
Filial, supplies are here.
Thanks. And who are these two? Outsiders?
Allow me to introduce you.
Oh, you're the famous duo I've been hearing so much. It's nice to meet you. I heard you've traveled to...
Of course! We're making our...
Oh, good for you.
You must be pretty familiar with Fontaine by now, then. Have you seen the new...
Oh, this is the first...
It seems like it's going to be fantastic.
Oh, and there's the Blind Maiden, too. After this mission is over, I think I'll go get a manicure.
Oh, maybe I should dye my hair?
Is it just Paimon, or do these two see much...
I heard that.
Oh!
I'm guessing you're referring to Foltz and the others.
I bet those crazies are practically foaming at the mouth right now.
That's enough, Filial.
don't talk about family members behind their back.
Guess this is goodbye then.
Well, that's it for the supplies.
Well, they didn't seem too happy with each other. Seems like they're... You're right. Oh, Linny's getting super far...
So, what do you think of the members you've met so far? Well, Father is always encouraging us to be strong-willed and independent. Well, I should probably get cooking. Wanna join?
Of course!
Then let's head out and... Uh-huh? Fremine, what are you doing here?
Well,
Hey, nice to see you again!
oh, you too.
We were just going to make some food. Why don't you come along? I could use some help in the kitchen, and
Seafood soup!
Were you looking for something just now, Fremine?
It's nothing.
Yeah, we've got some left over.
Some food and water. And
No problem. Give me a second here. Food, water... Wait a minute. What do you need all of those for? You're not on any missions as far as I'm aware.
I thought I'd grab an extra portion because I get hungry.
Fremine, you remember what I told you? You're not like me. Tell me what's going on.
Maybe it'll be better.
This is the first time I've seen that kind of look on your face.
Just follow me.
You're back! Oh,
Hello, my name's Linny.
hi, Linny. I'm also a child of the House of the Heart. You can call me Clairvy.
Clairvy?
It's nice to... Does that name ring any bell?
No, not at all. That's not a... She must be the phantom child Father's been searching for. From the looks of...
No, I haven't told anyone.
For how long?
About...
So ever since we got to Poisson, then. Do you have it?
I know what I'm doing.
Really? 'Cause from where I'm standing, it looks like you're hiding the very person Father has been trying to find. You know the rules of the house, Fremine. I know you do.
I've thought it through. And I just... Linny, don't you remember last year? Chaplot nearly died after getting poisoned during that that night. While I was sleeping, I heard a voice telling me to go save him. I opened that feeling of being haunted, of hearing voices.
So what you're saying is... that...
Unless there are other spirits roaming around the House of the Heart. If Clairvy were our enemy, it wouldn't matter whether she was a spirit or an actual child. But she's been living with us, helping us from the shadows. I couldn't just hand her over to be dealt with. Not when there's so much we still don't know.
So what's your plan, then? You can't keep her here forever. Someone is bound...
I haven't thought that far yet. I don't want to disobey an order.
Come with me. There are...
Those two sure care... Well, they got a funny way of shouting. No way. They have a really deep bond. I just don't know how long that kind of bond can last. The darkness in the house runs deeper than you can imagine. No one can...
I'm sorry, Linny.
Oh, really? You didn't mean to? 'Cause...
Huh?
You know, when we were younger, you didn't call me We grew up together, the three of us. We were all orphans, all rescued by Father. Of all this... Later on, when you started calling me Linny, I wasn't actually surprised. After all, Lynette and I are...
Linny,
The darkest and most difficult moments of my life happened before you and I had ever met. I'm sure that's true for you as well. You and Lynette are the most important people in my life. No one can replace you. So,
Oh, looks like things are getting kind of heated. Oh, it's raining. I should put my clothes away. Hey, you two! Hope we aren't interrupting. Oh, wait a minute, Fremine.
everything's fine.
Well, we're all friends here, right? We've been through.
it's just a small family dispute. It's not something our guests should trouble themselves with.
What are you getting at, Traveler?
When guests are around, families are often on their best behavior. And I just... Thank you.
Me too.
Well, back to the matter at hand then. If we don't plan on handing Clairvy over to Father, then our only other option... That means finding out where she came from and what she's doing here. Then we can send her on her...
I've tried that already.
And?
And... nothing. She even came with us all the way to Poisson. It seems like wherever the house...
I don't know much about spirit.
Let's see here. Paimon remembers hearing something like, if you fulfill us... Oh, it's just that Paimon doesn't really remember where she heard that, so...
Well, sounds like it's worth a shot. Guess that means we should go ask her about her wish.
What is it?
I need you to promise me that this will stay between the two of us.
Of course.
All right. Then let's seal the promise just like when we were kids. Fist bump on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
I swear.
Whoa!
Lynette!
But what a surprise! What brings you here, dear sister? And, when exactly did you get here?
You're an idiot, brother. And you too, Fremine. You 3, Traveler. And you 4, Paimon.
Wait, what did we do?
I've seen Clairvy around the House of the Hearth before. I hadn't seen her in Poisson. I heard you talking about your plan. Rather than steering clear of the situation... If you don't agree, I'll have no choice but to report everything back to Father.
You're not giving us much. Well, I guess we're all in this together then. After we talk to Clairvy, there's no time to lose.
Something you wish to report?
I'm full. Thank you for bringing me this food you— she said she's full, but the food doesn't look like it's even been touched.
That's right. Still, when she's presented with food,
Does she know that she has already passed away?
I've tried to ask her, but she didn't answer.
Clairvy, if you've got some time,
Sure. Oh, another new friend.
Hello.
Clairvy, how did you join?
Huh? The knave brings you here and then you can't leave.
It's just that your name.
The roster? Oh, I get it now. The people in charge, they're not as nice as they look. They say they keep a roster. In this house, some people are family and other people— Wait, does that mean the knave— she—
Is there anyone that can vouch for you?
Perry. She's my best friend. She's the only one I trust in this place.
Have either of you heard of that name before?
No.
Me neither.
Clairvy, Perry. But it seems like she's telling the truth. Either that, or this kid's already got a. Maybe we should try it.
A wish?
It can be anything you want. Just imagine. It's your birthday, you're blowing out the candles, and you're.
To go outside, where the sun can find me. That's it? Well, that sounds easy enough. The darkness in the house runs deep.
Okay, time to divide and conquer. Listen up. I've got a plan. I'll try and find a way to use basic illusory magic to take Clairvy outside and bring her some. Lynette, try and find the list of executions that Clairvy was talking about, and see if her name is on. Fremine, you stay in Poisson. We can't be the only ones who've had run-ins with Clairvy. I need you to collect intel on everything she's said and done.
Understood.
I'll try my best.
What about us? What should we do?
I really appreciate your willingness to help, but this is a family matter. I don't want to drag you in too deep. Let me think. Since Father considers you to be guests, maybe you could stick by her side for a little.
Ah, Paimon gets it. You want us to distract him.
I'll give you a magic bird. If Father suspects something, all you need to do is release it when she's not looking, and it'll alert me that something's wrong. Of course, that's only as a last resort. If Father doesn't seem to notice us, if the worst case scenario happens and we're discovered, just tell Father everything. We're not going. You too. Okay, this is where we part. I really hope this goes well. No.
I am the knave, Arlecchino, fourth of the Fatui Harbingers. The children of the House of the Hearth call me Father. I do hope our partnership proves to be a pleasant one. Although, I would imagine that should be fairly easy. After all, there's no cause for contention between us at the moment. Wouldn't you agree? Staring into my eyes is ill-advised. I can't promise you'll like what you see. What could the children be up to? Never mind. Something you wish to report? Go on. You have my... Fear not. What's a little thunder when even lightning wouldn't dare strike our path? Only in the grip of winter do people truly appreciate the warmth. This kind of weather is more enjoyably spent under the cover of shade. I would advise you to keep your secrets close to your chest. Divulge them to each. Good morning. Whenever I return home at midday, I often find the children sprawled across the ground in the midst of sleep. A certain level of fatigue is common at this hour. Perhaps you too. It is said that the moon is like an eye, gazing down upon the mortal plane. We have merely grown accustomed to its scrutiny. Time to retire for the night. Oh, can't sleep, you say? Well, I'm afraid seeing yourself clearly is a difficult task indeed. Perhaps even a thankless one. After all, our ideals are not entirely aligned. If we are to work together, we must be willing to compromise. To that end, I'm willing to share certain secrets with you. Flames course through my body like blood. This may be nothing but a figure of speech to some, but for me, it's the harsh reality of my existence. The aurora in Snezhnaya is quite beautiful. Certainly worth a visit. You wish to know more about me? Why, of course. Our relationship is one of mutual trust. There's little need to keep things hidden. The moment you wield a blade, you realize that different lives carry different weights. Some people have an air of renown and distinction, yet grovel and plead for their lives when faced with death. Their outward demeanor nothing more than a hollow facade. In my free time, I enjoy observing insects in the forest. The dynamics between them are fascinating. The way they hunt for food, compete with each other, even cooperate. Those that seem formidable aren't always the ones that make it until the end.
It's the knave! And... child! Hey, aren't you supposed to be in Snezhnaya recuperating? What?
Oh, it's you two. I didn't expect to run into you here. I was unconscious for quite a while after the fight in the Primordial Sea. After I woke up, I couldn't have that now, could I? Not when I've still got unfinished business here in Fontaine.
What sort of unfinished
It has to do with Skirk, my master. I really wanted to meet up with... I still have so many questions for her. Without any other leads, all I could do was ask the knave to help me track her down. She must have...
Oh, okay, so...
Unfortunately, no. While the House of the Hearth is adept at collecting all manner of intelligence, certain existences can still manage to...
Basically, unless Master feels there's a need to meet with me. But that problem has an easy fix.
Paimon thinks you should focus on getting better.
The worst of it, it's all thanks to that one kid from the House of the Hearth. Elwar, I think her name was. She gave me a bunch of random potions to drink, and that's good because it looks like I really do have to head back this time. The old man's been putting the pressure on me. He sent someone...
Project Stuja?
Yeah, that's the one. I heard Regrader's involved too. I'm not looking forward to having to listen to all his monologuing, that's for sure. Hey, maybe you could think of a way for me to stay in Fon. Helping Linny and the others brush up on their fighting skills would be far more interesting. If you and I could spar, that would be even better. I've been waiting for it.
And what a sweet little daydream that is. But I also have a role to play in all this. I'll be leaving Fontaine short besides. considering how little they see fit to step outside the homeland. Being called on to return to Snezhnaya by such illustrious...
One I could do without, I'd say.
Is it just Paimon? Or does it kind of seem like they're...
So, dear guests of the House of the Hearth, to what do I owe the visit?
Right! We're super close to Linny and the...
Is that so? Introductions have already been made, have they not?
Well, you see? There's only so much you can learn about some...
Good question. I'd also like to know.
The fact that you have to ask tells me our intelligence work has been quite
Spoken like a true diplomat. That was some expert side...
Well, if there's nothing else, I think I'll take my leave. I still have a small matter to resolve at...
wait, don't go!
I'd also like to hear... I've met some of the members of your organization, and they all seemed like really good kids. Which, by the way, if you ever betray them, I'm just letting you know.
And why would I betray them?
Well, you've already betrayed the House of the Hearth once, haven't you? At least... Okay, I admit. That's just what the old man told me. The rooster, I mean.
Wait, did you really...
Never mind what I've done. I'm more curious as to what the mighty rooster had to say.
Well, nothing much. Just some stuff about you taking out many other members of the...
I see.
Oh, based on your reaction.
Hardly. I don't appreciate his particular... Although, it would be more accurate to say that there is a certain level of prejudice involved. But I don't intend to clear that up just yet. Call yourself a Fontanian, for example, and people will assume all sorts of things, when the real...
Huh? You're not actually from Fontaine? But then, why did...
I was trying to protect the children born in Fontaine. Claiming that I myself was a Fontanian simply made it easier to operate. People would hardly suspect a fellow Fontanian. The primordial sea wouldn't have any effect on me, but it would have caused great harm to the House of the Hearth. Well, you wanted extra information.
So, you stayed in Fontaine for the kids. I guess I was wrong to believe you'd betray them. Apologies.
Good. Like I said, I like it.
Actually, while I was recuperating at the House of the Hearth, I heard that members always resolve disputes and arguments with a friendly spar, and the loser has to back down. Seems pretty cool if you ask me.
Well, that's only a recent development. In the past, such spars weren't nearly so...
They were that high stakes?
Well, the current atmosphere's not half bad. I'm a bit jealous, actually. You've got so many...
Having a lot of family around means dealing with a considerable amount of bickering and scheming. Once Tonya and Tusser enter their rebellious phase, I'm sure you'll... Just imagine. Tusser becomes obsessed with plucking out strands from the rooster's mustache, or Tonya decides to dye her hair 42 different colors.
Okay. I get the picture. Well, would you look at the time? Traveler, Paimon? I'm not sure where our paths will cross next, but the next time we run...
Again, maybe this is a conversation we can...
All right. Well, thanks for everything, Arlecchino.
No thanks necessary. You also played a part in obtaining the Gnosis. I would say we can call ourselves...
I like the sound of that. Well, I'm off.
We should probably get going too.
Oh? You want me to leave so soon? I'm rather enjoying the evening breeze. If you don't mind, I think I'll stick around for a bit. Apologies for not attending to you like a proper host. Please forgive this slight.
We managed to keep her distracted until nightfall. Good thing Child was there to keep the conversation going. You don't think she suspected anything, do you? Oh, I wonder if Liddy ran into any issues. Let's hurry back and see how everything went.
Oh? You decided to stay a little long.
overruled. Lenny, how did everything go?
Well, long story short, we ran into a small issue. Everything was fine at first. She followed me up to the surface just like... But as I led her out of the shadows and into the sunlight, she vanished. I turned around and there she was, standing at the edge of the shadows, silently watching me.
Huh. Maybe she's afraid of sunlight, or... Well, we could always try push. Oh, true.
I've pretty much tried it all already. Nothing worked. How did it...
Good. I've got the...
Really? Well, what are we waiting for? Oh, that's a lot of pages. Oh, it's gonna take forever to get through it all.
We can each take a section. Here.
La Pouillade, l'endroit... Oh, yikes. That Aurere guy has a huge...
Ah, I've met him before. The scar is from an injury he received.
Did he say an...
Well, I asked if there was someone he was interested in. He said no, and that's where our conversation ended. It was only later that I learned he really did have someone he liked. He risked everything to escape so he could be with her.
Wait, so that...
It may seem cruel, but it's just one of the rules. Betrayal is not to be taken lightly. We know too many secrets to come and go as we please. Her name's not here, huh? Well, that's not too surprising. It doesn't seem like this list is complete. It only contains records dating back around 5 years. Let's shift our attention then. Fremine, were you able to find anything out? Fremine.
Sorry. I was thinking about something. I managed to talk to quite a few people, but I couldn't help but notice that the atmosphere in the house was a little... strange.
Strange.
Yeah, I mean, I know there have been arguments in the past, times when people haven't gotten along. Chaplot and Filiol are a good example of that.
Oh, those are two of the people that we met while delivering supplies. Paimon can...
That's to be expected, actually. Father brought us all here, shared her knowledge with us, taught us how to fight. That's one thing we all share. But that as members of the House of the Hearth, we're also considered part of the Fatui. Certain members get older and realize they want something else for themselves. But people like Chaplot and Foltz are loyal to Father and her vision. They're proud to be part of the Fatui. Filial...
These kinds of conflicts have always been there.
Well, that's true. But it just feels like things have gotten worse lately. Filial... I can't say for sure. But I think...
You think she's been inciting?
No, not exactly. But I wouldn't be... She's told me about it before. Experiments being run on children.
And they just believed all that?
Clairvy's words probably gave them the excuse.
This is all because of Project Stuja, isn't it?
told you all about.
Sorry, but I'm not sure of the detail. I only know what Father has told us, which is that it's something the Rooster and Regrator have been working on together. Because the House of the Hearth was so successful in obtaining the Gnosis, we now have the honor of playing a key role in Project Stooge.
Wait, but isn't that a...
Key role is just another way of saying dangerous role. To us, the whole thing... Father thinks so too, but she's in no position to refuse. Their plan isn't exactly... It's just that... we'll lose a lot of members in the process. Participating in the plan... it's an honor in name only. What they're really trying to do is...
Okay, super complicated top secret Fatui business aside, what does all of this have...
External pressure has a way of exacerbating internal strife. You can't overlook the power of fear either. People are... I thought resolving the Clairvy situation would make everything go back to normal, but it looks like things are more complicated than I thought. If we leave Filiol and the others to their own
We can only focus on one situation at a time, brother.
You're right. Even if we confront Filiol and the others, it won't do any good. It might even make... well, it's getting late. We should head... Lynette, you stick with me this time. Fremine, keep a close eye on Filiol and the others. Good work today, everyone. Have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Oh, I'm always looking forward to an early night, but... Hey, you don't think the knave will be... She's even scary when she smiles. If she were to actually get angry... Ooh, you have to protect Paimon if that happens, okay, Traveler? Oh, well, in that case, we should just plan on running away. We'll grab... Look! Look over there! Quick, let's catch up with her before anyone sees! Over there! Oh, where is she going? Or if someone sees her, we're toast! Oh, look! She stopped! Clairvy! Shh! I opened the window. Look how pretty the outside is.
If only I could have more than this. You probably think I'm being silly, huh? All this hopeless resist.
Please, help us get on the same page here.
Sure. Although, after everyone in this family is nothing more than a tool. As long as you're useful, you get to stick around. Lose your value, and you're handed over to the
You're saying... It's just... That doesn't seem like something she would do. She's scary and all...
I knew you would. Everyone thinks she's a good person. They all...
Mother?
But she doesn't deserve that title. She's disgraced it and tarnished it. If only Perry were here. she'd understand.
Harry. There also, it almost feels like she's not really here with us. Paimon can't tell if she's actually talking. Well, in any case, it seems like she looks so young. But it seems like she's been.
It's getting windy. Ooh, look at the moon. Isn't it pretty? Hey, wanna hear a secret? I heard that Harry and I promised each other that once we're old, but I can't find her. I'm worried she's also been. No, that wouldn't happen to her. She's special. Mother, we should really go talk to Mother. But we just fought. She doesn't want to see. What should I do?
Well, let's head back. We've got an.
All right, looks like we're all here. Let's go ahead with the plan.
Oh? What is it?
What makes you ask that?
Well, we kinda ran into. We met the doctor back in Sumeru. He's super dangerous. And he's done.
It's possible that Father and the Doctor have had we're not really on the same side, so there's not a lot of trust between them. I did hear, though, that when Father first became a Harbinger, the Doctor offered to work with the Father rejected most of his proposals, except for one.
Secret experiment? Could that
I don't think so.
I don't know any details about the experiment itself, but I do know it's an entirely independent operation. The Doctor only proposed a direction for the research. The details of the experiment are confidential, but complete records are kept on all participants. That doesn't... I know you don't agree with some of the Fatui's methods, and I'm not asking you to. But I am asking you to trust us on this. The House of the...
Alright, that's good. Clairvy seems to think the Knave and the Doctor worked together to do something horrible. If that turned out to be true, it's just that it doesn't seem like Clairvy is... The easiest thing to do would be just ask the Knave directly, but Paimon doesn't think she'd tell us.
Father didn't come back last night. She's probably still near the shore. We'll be count... Lynette, you're with me. Fremine, you know what to do. Be on your... All right, let's get...
Ah, it's you two again. I must say, you look a... Perhaps if you had less on your mind, you'd be able to absorb... So what are you planning to do now? Catch up on some sleep? Or should I give you some time to rest? Although I must profess to being curious. Without child here, how do you plan on distracting me?
Us? Distract you?
Looks like you could have used some extra time to think. No matter. Don't worry. I'll be sure to steer clear of any scheming children.
The ocean breeze is sure nice today.
Children always think they can hide things from the grown-ups. But nothing gets past me. Least of all, well, I'll leave you to think things over. If you're so inclined, meet me outside the Palais Mermonia. Good things come to children who do as they're told. So I do hope you decide to tag along. If only for your friends' sakes.
What should we do? She clearly knows about everything we've been doing, and Paimon doesn't think it'd be a stretch to say she was threatening us just now. Oh, good idea. Hopefully, well, we should probably head to the Palais Mermonia. Paimon doesn't want to find out what happens if we don't show up. Based on what the Knave was saying, just... Okay, then we probably shouldn't keep her waiting.
seeing as we still have some time before my meeting, we might as well enjoy some pleasant. I'm glad to see you get along with my children. Being surrounded by good companions,
You're not planning on...
I assume you're referring to Lenny, Lynette, and Fremine, although there's that situation with Filial and Nentoy as well. No matter. I'm not one to discriminate. All those who betray the house meet the same fate. There are no exceptions.
Does that mean you're going to kill them?
Oh, are you here to beg for their lives? I'm sorry to disappoint, but the rules of the house change for no one. In my organization, everyone is responsible.
But don't you care about them at all? They really respect you. They even call you father. You must feel something for them.
Any organization in which feelings come before principles is one destined for ruin. The House of the Hearth is hardly an exception. You could say our principal. Perhaps I can offer you this consolation at least. As our guests, you two will. I would imagine Linny, Lynette, and Fremine will be able to keep. As for Filial, Nentoy, and the others, I'm afraid there's little I can do. They can try to escape, but once you know our secrets, there's no.
But that's awful.
Ah, you seem concerned. Out of consideration for my guests, I suppose, if Linny and the others manage to dispose of Clairvy in the meantime, all evidence of their wrongdoing will be lost. In that case, I could hardly punish them for something I couldn't prove. If their efforts are unsuccessful, on the other hand, all will be held accountable. And the punishment will be... Of course. Oh, and here, I believe this belongs... It takes a considerable amount of time to train a bird like this. It would be such a pity if you were to lose it. Permanently.
Wait, where did you get that?
Well, I'm afraid that's all the time we have to chat. Now, I asked you to meet me here because I have business at the Palais Mermonia. It has nothing to do with you, but I think it would be prudent for you to stick by my side for the time. Well, time to go. Looks like we wrapped things up just in time.
The food in the cafeteria is excellent. If you're lucky enough to make it in.
It's been a while, Monsieur Neuvillette. I must say, I wasn't expecting my meeting request to be approved quite so quickly.
It is only right that an esteemed diplomat such as yourself should be. Although, if I may speak plainly, I must confess that I did not anticipate we would have the occasion to. I see you've brought the Traveler and Paimon with you as well.
I'll be departing Fontaine shortly. There is, however, an outstanding matter that I would like to. It requires a rather lengthy explanation, I'm afraid. So I took the liberty of explaining everything in this proposal.
I understand your request. However, at the risk of...
I heard you have a certain fondness for water tasting, Monsieur Neuvillette. So allow me to use water. A family is like a large body of water with countless rivers. As someone who watches over this system, I would hope that each river that flows from the source will eventually reach... Of course, objectively speaking, I know this is impossible. Most of the rivers will dry up along the way. Not all rivers are destined to reach the ocean, but I would not see their existence rendered meaningless. I believe the water that flows within them is simply meant for a different destination, like a field in need of irrigation.
Did you get any of that, Traveler?
Your words paint an optimistic picture indeed. Allow me to remind you, however, few among us are willing to sit.
It may have been tainted at one point in time, but not to worry. I'll make sure it's strained of all impure.
I seem to recall there being a transactional aspect to.
If you accept my proposal, Monsieur Neuvillette, I will gradually withdraw my force and, unless absolutely necessary, I will no longer—
I presume I can take your words to mean that, in the future, cases similar to the Tartuffe.
Tartuffe. Ah, that thief who embezzled funds from all those charities, you mean? My deepest condolences to his family, but without any evidence, I cannot imagine how the House of the Hearth might have been involved in his passing. Of course, if you accept my proposal, Monsieur Neuvillette, I'm sure certain
You choose your words carefully indeed. In that case, I'm inclined—
My thanks for your generosity, Monsieur Neuvillette. Well, with that settled, we should be going now. I took the liberty of bringing along 2 bottles of spring water from Snezhnaya for you to enjoy. I do hope I get the chance to hear your impressions.
Indeed. I trust you would not overlook your
All right, Traveler Paimon. Time to go.
I believe I've told you before that my emotions— Yet in the few meetings I've had with that Harbinger, I haven't been able to sense any aspect of her emotional state. Her mind is like It's unclear whether this is her natural state of being, or whether it's an incredible strength of will that gives her the ability to master her emotions. I do not expect an explanation as to why you two are by her side. Whatever you—
So, what exactly were you talking about back there? Paimon only heard you mention some rivers,
You really want to know? I would imagine there might be more
Lenny, Paimon really hopes everything's going okay. Oh, Paimon recognizes that look. You've got your thinking cap on, don't you, Trav?
Oh, shoot. Are you alright? Oh, jeez. I'm so sorry. I was so focused on selling these papers. Well, let me make it up to you at least.
Oh, you don't have to give us anything.
Please, I want to. It's not like I'm short on supply. It's my fault, really. I was just trying to bring home some extra mora for the family, but I bit off more than I can chew.
What's going on here?
Nothing much. I just ran into your friend here on accident.
Hold on.
Of course, I'm happy to compensate you with mora, it's just—
I'll take 3 papers. Here.
Oh! Thank you for your patronage. May the Archons bless you with good fortune. If only I had the chance to run into such generous customers every day. I should probably just take on a smaller inventory though, right?
Well, now that my affairs are settled, we should take the boat back to Poisson. We've even acquired some light reading to enjoy along the way.
Actually, why don't we... Paimon just realized how hungry she is. She can't head back to Poisson on an empty stomach.
It appears you two are under the impression that delaying our return will somehow alter the situation in your favor. That being said, I could be persuaded to give Linny some extra time. If you agree to my request, I'll even answer some of your questions. You're quite curious about Claire.
Wait, why are you being so generous all—
You overestimate yourself. You don't have the talent for bad things.
Then what do you
The most important consideration in a negotiation is that both sides receive something they want. Wonderful. Here it is. When the time comes, make the choice that you deem most appropriate in the situation.
Okay. Sounds normal enough.
That is for you to decide. Then we have a deal. Follow me.
How about we explore the area ahead of us later? What is this place?
Somewhere long forgotten by everyone. It used to be a grand building. No one comes here anymore. Nor does anyone care about what once happened here. Although it was before I became a harbinger. And before Linny and the others joined the House of the Hearth. Due to certain events, I first killed Clairvy.
You were the one that killed Clairvy?
Patience now. Allow me to explain Clairvy's side of the story first. Clairvy was 6 years old when she was brought by her mother, Crucibina, to live in the House of the Hearth. From the outside, it seemed like a fairy tale. Crucibina was the knave at that time, and the House of the Hearth was under her control. She was Clairvy's mother by blood. Clairvy was happy here, for a time. But she quickly
Purgatory?
Exactly. The House of the Hearth takes in war orphans from all over Tevat. Crucibina came up with a novel idea. She would teach the children to fight, force them to duel each other, and then crown as the king of the house the child who... It's difficult to estimate the number of children who died or were maimed in the process. There's little I can say about the ones who died. The ones that emerged with permanent injury, they would be handed over to the doctor to be experimented on, or sent away on dangerous missions.
So those were the experiments Clairvy was talking about. You said that Clairvy was Crucibina's daughter, so if Clairvy tried to convince her to stop what she...
Despite being Clairvy's mother, Crucibina cared little for her daughter. She forced Clairvy to join the House of the Hearth only as a means to demonstrate her... Clairvy did try to convince her mother to change her ways, but it was to no avail. After her efforts failed, the only other option was to rise up and try to... Of course, there was one exception. Someone Clairvy's age, who knew the truth.
Wait, the friend that Clairvy mentioned?
Friend, huh? I suppose we can call her... Clairvy was a cheerful and passionate person with a tenacious spirit. Peruere, on the other hand, was rather cold-blooded. Her cold-blooded nature allowed her to see through Crucibina's facade. Yet, it was also this cold-bloodedness that prevented her from acting against it. Despite their differences, the two became fast friends, united by their knowledge of the truth. Clairvy told Perouer that she hoped to create a real family. There may have been a certain naivete to her ideas, but Clairvy proved her determination many times over. She tried countless times to run away, ask for help, or expose the truth. But her efforts only earned her beat, even with her body racked with pain. She would still stand on her tiptoes and open the window at night. She and Perouer would look out at the moon together. A fierce
Oh no.
Her hopelessness resulted from a culmination of things. 10 years had passed. 10 years worth of failure after failure. She and Perouer... It was during this time that Perouer suggested a new plan. If Clairvy rejected that proposal, she claimed that as a famous harbinger, Crucibina possessed... Clairvy never gave another reason, but Perouer could see it written all over her face. Clairvy still thought of Crucibina as her mother. If she couldn't escape and fight back, then only one option. Precisely. Death was the only... It happened during a duel. When she arrived at the dueling ring that day, her partner turned out to be none other than Perouer. The very person that had stood from that moment on. Perouer's journey was one written in flames. When the rain finally came and washed it all away, there she stood. It was the very result she had predicted 10 years prior. Even then, she believed she would make it until the end. She wasn't surprised by the fact that she emerged as Mother's undisputed heir. She was unsettled. And there was only one thing that could quell that sensation. Perhaps you two would like to take it.
Crucibina, you mean?
Correct. This is the place where Perouer killed her best friend. A mere year later, this is also the place where she fought tooth and the moment she acted. Any conception of what was right or wrong ceased to matter. It's one of the principles of Perouer won the battle, and became a harbinger herself. After which Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa, bestowed upon her a new name. Arlecchino.
So the Perry Clairvy was talking about... It was you all along. You're Perouer.
I left that name behind long ago. I must say, hearing it now, after I defeated Crucibina, the moniker of Mother died with her. I chose to forego the title she called herself and even chose to give up my own name. And that is where the story ends.
Yeah. Based on what you just told us, Clairvy wasn't a little kid when she was killed. So the Clairvy...
I suppose you could call her an illusion born of flame. Her existence is like ashes to a fire. You see, a certain power runs through my veins. It's not unlike a curse. My flames leap, of course. The chances of those shadows morphing into a sentient entity are Clairvy died when she was 16 years old. But what emerged from the flames was her 6-year-old self. Her appearance. Memory is a mysterious thing indeed. Losing a portion of your memories will alter your sense of self. Lose 10 years' worth, however. And it...
No wonder Paimon got such a weird feeling when we were talking to her.
Perhaps I should put it this way. Clairvy is someone trapped in time. It may seem like she exists with us in the present.
So if all of that is true, then you must have known a...
Indeed. She's a rather volatile and unstable entity. Sometimes, but other times, she would hide from me and become obsessed with revealing. Shadows don't have the capacity to learn or grow. Any new in your attempts to expose Clairvy to sunlight. They failed, yes? The reason is actually quite simple. In Clairvy's mind, the house is impossible to but. No matter. All I have to do is kill her again, and all will be resolved. I don't anticipate
Wait! Paimon can understand why you might want her gun, but isn't there another way? So what if she's trapped in her 6-year-old self? She's still your friend! At least talk to her first!
It's too late for that. She broke the rules, and now she must be punished. That goes for Filial and Nantoy as well. She set quite the... I hope you understand. The difference between Crucibina and myself lies in our formulation of the rules, not our policy for enforcing them.
Is this really what you want to do?
Whatever could you mean?
Don't you want to say a proper goodbye at least?
Whether as a killer or as a father, there are two things that must be avoided at all costs: anger and sorrow. Anger makes you impulsive. Sorrow causes you to waver. Well, it appears it's about time to proceed. Before we arrived, I told some of my I do believe I've kept my end of the deal. I gave your friends quite a bit.
Here they are, Father.
Ah, you gonna execute him? Seeing something like that would actually be a first for me. Lenny!
I'm sorry. I heard about how you helped buy us more time, but I still failed. I couldn't find a way to fulfill her wish.
Huh? Are you... Perry?
Indeed, it's been a while, Clairvy.
Perry!
Shh. Stay right there. I'm sorry to postpone our reunion, but first, I believe certain scores need settling.
Father, let me explain.
Out of my way.
Father!
You chose to conceal a threat to the house, and for that, you must be punished. Overall, however, I suppose your wrongdoing is hardly the most egregious of the bunch, so I'll deal with your punishments later. As for right now, the more pressing concerns are the traitors among us.
By traitors? Do you mean us?
Father, let me explain. We didn't mean to...
Fultz, why don't you share what you heard?
Yes, Father. Secret Midnight Meeting number 3. Participants, Filial, Nantoy, Sato, Toddy. Nantoy clearly said, if only Father wasn't the one who took us in. Sato added, I'm sick of this life. I just want to live as a normal person. Filial was the worst of them all. She called us crazies and said a bunch of mean things about—
I did not! You're lying! Fultz is trying to frame up—
It's not like I'm the only one who heard those things. After that, you and Toddy and a bunch of other people started talking about Clairvy. You were using all those things Clairvy brought— We're birds locked in a cage! The only way out is to destroy—
You little... You just want me gone, don't you? What did I ever do to you, huh? And you, Sheplo, have you forgotten who stood by your sickbed, watched over you?
You're wrong, Filial. We don't want you to die. You're our family.
Liar. You wouldn't be doing this if that were the case.
We all live in the House of the Hearth. You know the type of work we do. A single betrayal can cost dozens of us our lives. It's not like it's never happened before. That kind of thing is— That's why the House of the Hearth cannot tolerate any form of betrayal. Ever since we came to Poisson, you've had 7 secret meetings. A lot of the things you talked about really crossed—
You've been spying on us for half a month? Wait a second. Now that I think about it, the move to Poisson was just a way to make it easier to spy—
Filial, Nantoy, I owe you both my life. I owe Clairvy too. If it weren't for all your help after I got poisoned, if this were any other situation, I would do anything to repay that kindness. Even if it cost me—
Why? Why?
That's enough, Filial. We made a mistake, and we should own up to it. I'm sorry, Sheplo. Fultz. I'm sorry, Father. We... accept.
Chapleau, according to the rules of the House of the Hearth, how—
All those who betray the house pay with their lives.
And so it shall be.
Father, please wait!
Something you want to say, Linny?
Please reconsider, Father. What Filial and the others did, does it really count as betrayal? We all come from broken families. From the very first day we joined the House of the Hearth, we wanted nothing more than to make it a real home. But the truth is, none of us know what a real home should... I'm not saying I have all the answers. All I know is this. Killing Filial and the others may uphold the rules, but doing so will only bring... So please, Father, please, reconsider.
I agree with Linny.
Father, please. Linny, you...
I also agree with Linny.
An order once given cannot be rescinded. However, given the extent of your determination, I suppose we shall have to go about this a different way. Draw your weapons and face me.
Our weapons?
Father, are you referring to a duel?
Precisely. The rules of the house will not be altered. Traitors must be punished. However, resolving disputes with a duel is also one of our rules, one that also applies to me. Demonstrate a sufficient showing of strength, and I shall offer a concession.
Wait. Beat Father in a duel?
Impossible. Father is way too strong, even for Linny. Did you hear that, Traveler? Linny and the others have to duel the knave. What should we do? Can they really win something like that? If they lose, those people from the house are really gonna be executed. Hey, are you listening?
Don't you want to say a proper goodbye at least?
Anger makes you impulsive. Sorrow causes you to waver.
Oh, looking at that expression on her face, she seems really serious about this. Guess that means there's no chance she's throwing the duel on purpose, huh?
When guests are around, families are often on their best behavior. And any disputes are less likely to escalate.
When the time comes, make the choice that you deem most appropriate in the situation, and lend your help to the House of the Hearth.
What's wrong, Traveler? Hey, where are you going?
Traveler?
You're asking to join the duel against the knave?
I'll allow it. We do have a ready-made dueling ring at our disposal, after all. All I would advise is this. Keep a firm grasp on your weapon, and give it your all. Any less, and you may just lose your life.
Everybody stand back! Huh?
Let me weave you a verse. Watch out for father's movements!
Transfixed. With these rising flames. Is it my turn now? Now that's more like it. This is where you fall.
Father's even stronger than I expected.
Spare your energy. Running is of little use. With the fall of darkness, destruction shall rise.
I'm going in!
Have a taste of purgatory.
I really have to draw my blade. Then...
With these rising flames.
Not good. Rain outlines your fate. Rain cutter. Let's light it up!
Look at you. Trapped like a bunch of helpless
And voila!
with these rising
stand
flames. How amusing.
Hang in there!
Overruled. How amusing. Wanted my full attention, did you? Witness my rise.
Look out!
Why do they never admit I'm going in?
Is it my turn now?
Wind strike!
Let me weave you a verse.
Watch out for father's movements! Watch out for father's movements! Look out!
Who's next?
Everybody stand back! Rain outlines your fate. Rain cutters.
Fallen leaves, adorn my nut! Now's our chance!
Over here! Going in! Let's light
Let's
it
see
up!
how strong your resolve truly is.
A minor setback. I have taught you everything I know.
Look out!
The sun and moon have set. Only ruin remains. All hope has been extinguished.
Wind strike! Now's our chance!
Over here!
Laid bare. Fine.
As one with wind and cloud! Watch out for father's movements! Look out!
Sundown is only the beginning. You should know better than to crowd in one place.
Oh, I know.
Now! I'm sorry, father!
Sorry for what? This pitiful excuse for an attack.
Father, no!
Made it out, did you? You're stronger than I expected.
A crimson moon. I can't move.
Still, not strong enough to beat me. I believe we can end things here. It's not often that we get to enjoy.
Brother, are you
Lenny!
Given that I am the victor of this duel, as agreed.
No!
I never thought things would end.
However, everyone involved in the duel demonstrated a remarkable level of strength and determination. In light of this, Elwar, the bottled flames I gave you for safekeeping. Do you still have them?
Yes? I wasn't sure what they were for, but I've kept.
Wonderful. Then,
Bottled flames?
indeed, they're the product of a secret experiment. Under certain special circumstances, once ingested, searing pain will spread across every inch of your body. No harm will come to you physically if you can withstand the pain. When you awake, you'll have forgotten everything you know about the house. In other words, administering this concoction will kill the version of you that grew. Memory is a mysterious thing indeed.
So, you're just letting us go, Father?
You misunderstand. Memories are extremely important. Once consumed by flame, the version of you standing before me will die, and our secrets will die with you. So no,
Even so, I'm sorry, Father. I'm sorry I let you down. But I really...
Don't cry, filial. You haven't left the house yet, so there are still rules to be followed, yes? Remember what I taught you. Anger makes you impulsive, sorrow causes you to waver.
Of course.
Dry your tears, and go pursue the life you really want.
Yes, Father.
Chaplot, Foltz, Elwar. Take them back to Poisson. I prepared 3 extra vials of bottled flames. As for whether to take them, goodbye, children. The next time we meet, I will no longer be your father. Thank you for all you've done for the house. I hope you have bright futures ahead of you.
Father.
Let's go.
Here, grab my arm, Lenny. I'll help you walk back.
Thank you.
Clairvy.
Can we talk now? You really are Perry, aren't you? I haven't seen... Wait, did I somehow track...
Neither. You died, Clairvy. That's what happened.
You could have at least sugarcoated it a little. Look, she's done speechless.
Oh.
Huh? That's it?
Yep. If that's what Perry says, plus, I don't really need to know why I'm like this. I'm more curious about what happens in the future. Can you tell me about it?
You never stopped trying to defy. At first, no one believed you. You could only vent your frustrations to the moon. In fact, you often sought comfort in the night sky. You wanted to see the aurora, so one night we promised each other we would go to Snezhnaya to see. Later on, you tried to run away, but you were brought back each time. Mother spared your life, but it wasn't out of kindness. And still, you never gave up. Mother hoped that through ruthless duel after ruthless duel, she would be able to crown an ultimate victor, but you called on everyone to unite, to fight to a draw in order to reduce casualties. You tried everything you could think of, but every attempt ended in failure. Still, you never turned your sword on Crucibina, and for the last 16 years of my life, I've done everything I can to fight for freedom.
I never imagined I would say something like that. I must have been feeling really worn down, but somehow, I still think I understand. According to if I could do it all over again, I still don't think I would make a different choice. Even when I first met—
Is that so? Even now, I'm not sure I truly understand what kind of But as the head of the House of the Hearth, and as the children's father, I've tried to give them the most It's something I discussed with the Eudex of Fontaine. The children who want to leave the house will have their memories wiped clean of all secrets pertaining to the organization. In return, they will be— Of course, I won't simply hand freedom to them on a silver platter. They have to fight for it and prove themselves worthy of it.
That's more than enough. That's exactly— You know, Perry, I think you're a pretty amazing king, and a really great father, too. I'm really happy that you're the one who took over the house. I guess I do have one regret, though. I still haven't seen the outside world.
Well, it just so happens that our dear guests over here have been to many nations and traveled to countless places.
Really?
Of course! We've traveled all over the place. We've got so many...
Those yokai you mentioned. What did— I once saw a drawing of this one guy with horns on his head.
Oh, sounds like you're talking about an Oni. Yep.
That's where Mora comes from. If I had some Mora, I would buy 3 new dresses. One for me. It's just too bad Perry doesn't like wearing dresses. And Mother? She probably wouldn't. You know, I used to playing the lute while singing into the winds of freedom. I was always too afraid to skip Mother's, but at the academia, I bet you could do all sorts. I'm just kidding. Being able to stop.
The situation was super dangerous. Lenny and Lynette were accused of committing a
Oh no!
Don't worry, we were able to turn the situation around super quickly. Thanks.
How'd you do that? Come on, tell me.
Okay, so it was like this. After the failed magic show...
Shadows don't have the capacity to learn or grow. Any new... Clairvy, you've worked tirelessly from the shadows to overthrow the House of the Hearth. Now, by my authority as the Knave, I shall announce how this matter ends. You are hereby expelled from the House of the Hearth. You are no longer tied to this place, nor are you bound by its rules.
You're saying that I can finally leave? I get to experience the outside world as well? Oh, I almost forgot. There's no getting older for me. Still, seeing who you grew up to be makes me really happy, Paraware. Take care of yourself. Goodbye.
May we meet again someday.
Clairvy. She left so soon. Paimon didn't even get to finish her story.
I also have certain sentiments left unsaid. I wanted to tell her that the aurora I saw in Snezhnaya was just as beautiful as the ones in the pictures. But a shadow's memories reset at dawn. Had we delayed any longer, we wouldn't have had the time to say goodbye. Whatever regrets may linger, let them be lost to the coming of a new day.
Father?
It's Linny! Hey, Linny! What is he doing back here? Let's go check it out.
Father, the bottled flames have been administered. Filio and the others have left the house.
And you? What have you decided?
Thank you for giving us that choice, Father. But we never wanted to leave the house. It's the only home we've ever known. Lynette and Fremine feel the same way. They're recuperating back at the Hotel Bouffe d'été. But I decided to come back and tell you where we stood.
I'm sure you're well aware of the expectations I have for you. I want you to follow in my footsteps and become the next king of the house. Yet you seem to have different ideas. I must admit, I'm rather surprised by your decision to stay. There's nothing wrong with choosing to live a quiet life. Leading this organization is a heavy responsibility, one not so easily carried by someone forced onto the throne.
I just never understood what you saw in me. What made you believe I was deserving of that throne?
You're brave, talented, and, most importantly, you cherish your family. You would do anything to protect them, even if it costs you your life.
Speaking up back there was so brave of you, Linny. It's all thanks to you that we—
You're a hero, Linny.
Hero. Father is the real hero. Had Father gone all out during the duel, there's no way I would have walked away with my life. I'm not deserving of that title.
You're wrong. In my opinion, all you need to be deserving of the throne is conviction, and then we may have different ideas of what it means to be a family, but you can hardly be said to lack conviction. What you truly lack is even without that strength. You still chose to face me in a duel, even though the odds were stacked against you. That—
Father.
No one knows what the future holds, what tragedy or triumph may be in store. Being at the head of this organization requires the strength of will to face whatever comes. If reaching a certain standard were required to go after what you want, I would never have succeeded in killing my predecessor. Back then, there was strength may decide the ultimate victor, but those who let a lack of strength dictate their decisions or undermine their convictions will never.
I understand, Father. Thank you.
Children must grow up to surpass their parents. Only the road ahead is not an easy one. So I'll ask you...
You've done so much for me, Father, and that kindness must be repaid. Plus, with Project Stuja at hand, protecting my family at all costs.
Then you're welcome to stay. As for Project Stuja, you need not be too concerned. If those cowardly businessmen and heartless dignitaries having members who longed for the light was our organization's last weakness. With those members no longer among our ranks, the House of the Hearth is like a spider hiding at present. Our imperative is to use their plan to our advantage. In doing so, a crimson moon shall rise amid the frigid blizzards of winter. No demonstration of loyalty shall go unrewarded, and no sacrifice. As for the two of you, whether we meet again as friend or foe, I'll remember the camaraderie we shared in this moment. No matter how arduous the journey ahead, I hope we both reach our desired destination.
Didn't Linny say that Lynette and Fremine were recovering at the Hotel Bouffe d'été? Oh, Paimon went your... Lynette? Fremine? How are you feeling?
Much better.
Whew, what a relief!
What about you? Are you feeling...
I knew you'd come out unscathed. Us, on the other hand... Oh, and Linny and the other members have left Poisson and returned to the House of the Hearth. According to him, there haven't been any more sightings of a spirit...
I see.
I'm glad. Father came to check up on us 2 days ago, and told us about what happened with Crusabina and Clairvy. Actually,
Wait, what? You've met...
Crusabina died a year after Clairvy. It was during the year between their deaths. Crusabina had an extremely cruel and radical way of doing... When I joined, though, the experiment she valued so much had already come to an end, and all the people involved, dead and injured alike. A couple of months after I joined, Father killed Crusabina and burned all her files. With that, the names of all the people subject...
Father took in Lenny and me a couple months after that, but she never mentioned anything about Crusabina.
It really seems like something... The last time you talked to her, did she mention why she kept it a secret for so long?
She said she didn't want us to be affected by the darkness of the past. She was worried we'd develop a false sense of gratitude towards her. The foundation of a family should be free of any corrupting influence, whatever happened in the past. And that's what Father told us in the...
But I still thanked her for everything. It was only after hearing about what Crucibina did that I finally realized if Father hadn't taken over the House of the Hearth,
Father rarely brings up the fact that she saved us. She doesn't believe that but even if we didn't owe her anything, we would still we may have arguments or times when we feel wronged.
Whether the path before us is bathed in sunlight or shrouded in shadow. Well, so I wanted to say thank you for helping us make it through this crisis. Without your help...
Oh, we didn't do anything, really.
Of course.
Are Filio and Nantoy?
I actually saw them at a cafe. They didn't recognize me. From what I could tell, they were drinking coffee. They seemed happy.
No, my sword! Let's light it up!
Wind strike!
What could the children be up to? Never mind. Let them do as they please. Something you wish to report? Go on. You have my undivided attention.
Overruled. No, my sword.
One with nature.
Let's light it up. I'm going in. Let me weave you a bird.
Laid bare.
Commendable. Witness my rise.
Pardon me. Everybody stand back. Witness the power of good.
Fallen leaves. Adorn my night.
Everlasting as the moon. Transfixed.
How inconsiderate of me. Wind Strider. Did I scare you? I can still... Let me try.
Overruled. No, my sword.
Ignorant and overruled. Go on. Witness my rise. Laid bare.
Looks like I went too far.
Rain cutter.
Another overruled.
I'm going in.
How inconsiderate.
Clouds high. The birds call.
Witness the power of good.
How inconsiderate. I can still let me try.
Rain outlines your fate.
This is where you fall. Transfixed.
Let's light it up. Yeah. Rain cutter. Teamwork is dreamwork.
Overruled.
could the children be up to? Never mind. Let them.